Hello, hello, my fellow sensitive people. It is I, Whimsy, and I'm going to take a couple minutes here between patients just to say hi, and we're going to go ahead and throw the cards a little bit. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today is the fact that Kamala Harris has quit the race, and people had been asking, why did she quit the race? What's going on? I know that we did a remote viewing about 2-3 months ago on Kamala Harris's campaign, and we saw some drama or disruption going on in the campaign a couple of months ago that would lead to her dropping out. And now there's some type of a scathing article by somebody that was involved with her campaign criticizing her. You know, when you do a remote view and you go in and you see tensions between other people, it can take a long time before that starts to express itself. And an example would be somebody is in an unhappy marriage, you go in and you do a remote, you start to see the tension, but that person may not do anything about the situation for 4 or 5 years. So I think it's interesting to do remotes that are heart-centered remotes where you try to just check in to how people are feeling. For Kamala Harris, the tensions in her campaign were there. So in that sense, you can use a heart-centered remote to see the future, because it's what you're seeing the emotional state of things, and then you can assume what the most likely outcome is going to be based on what you're seeing. So I did a remote on Kamala Harris, and it looks like she will either attach herself to Biden or Buttigieg in the hopes of being a VP. And then they're going to band together and try to undermine Elizabeth Warren. There seems to be this combined effort to really deflate Elizabeth Warren. I know Klobuchar is also hoping for VP position. If that happens, you could see Klobuchar becoming VP. Kamala Harris would be probably better suited to Attorney General, but I just want to go ahead and see what's going to happen with the future of Kamala Harris. I prayed earlier. I've been working all day. I like Kamala Harris, but it doesn't surprise me this happened. She could stay where she's at in the Senate, or she could move on into a position as Attorney General. You can see the High Priestess moving in, and I think of that as the female lawyer's card, or a female in a position of power. The fact that she's not going anywhere, inverted chariot card, leads me to suspect that she's going to attach herself to somebody else's campaign. Where she's at right now, the karmic wheel. She engaged in what she feels was poor judgment early on in her campaign. She made some tactical mistakes, and now she's paying for it. You can see in the 4th house an inverted 9 of swords. It was just a feeling like, yeah, inverted Ace of Swords in the 3rd house, poor judgment, karma. It just feels to me like she made poor decisions early on in terms of how she ran her campaign, and that was why it didn't work out for her. She was not able to get the loyalty, the commitment, and the help she needed on the ground floor. So now she's attempting to connect with another campaign. She is talking to Buttigieg's people. She's even talking to Bernie Sanders, which surprises me. So at this point, she wants to align herself with some of the other candidates and see what they would be offering her. But I think she may really want to start focusing on Buttigieg, just because this is Buttigieg's card, young male, military. I know she has a relationship with Biden, But I'm not seeing Biden necessarily getting very far in this campaign. I'm just going to go ahead and check Biden now and see how he's doing. If Biden is going to do well in this campaign, or if he's going to continue to drop in the polls. What's going on with Biden? These are kind of like the blitzes. Nice and quick between patients. Biden's actually coming back. You can see a nice magician card, and he's getting a extra overhaul in his campaign. Nice 10 of Wands also is the base. So it looks like his campaign is expanding, and he's getting support from some of the people who used to campaign. 4 of Wands. He's entering into a lot better position than he was. Trying to include more young people also, I think, in his campaign. And he's having to break away. He's having to break away from people he used to be associated with. In plain words, he's having to modernize his campaign a little bit and to put his old ways behind him. So there's this kind of revamping of his campaign. But he will not make it. It's not going to happen. So it's looking like Buttigieg. It's interesting. Buttigieg would then have a possibility of taking Klobuchar if Buttigieg makes it. Let's check to see how Klobuchar is going to do. That would be a good blue dog ticket. If Elizabeth Warren doesn't pull it off, would be Buttigieg and Klobuchar. But Kamala Harris would also be a good choice. Klobuchar. Quick. Klobuchar strife, but she does get her wish. It's an inverted 9 of Cups, though. Coming out of a restriction and conflict. So she's also having some problems in her campaign, but she's being offered something here. Being offered something by possibly Buttigieg. Inverted 3 of Swords, though. Buttigieg may offer her a position on his, if he gets it. There's something about potentially her aligning herself with Buttigieg in the future, even though they've had some conflicts. But I don't see her making it either. There's a 3 of Cups here, and then there's an inverted Page of Cups as the outcome, which is a health issue. Or it could mean that the campaign was not healthy or it was not handled properly. I do think Klobuchar has a future in politics beyond the Senate. I just don't know if she's going to pull it off this time. I really want to check out Elizabeth Warren because she took a hit in the last debate. And prior to that, she really was doing great. I thought it was very potentially going to be her as the Democratic nominee. So I just want to check Elizabeth Warren now. How is Elizabeth Warren doing? How is Elizabeth Warren doing? Elizabeth Warren. Devil card there with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm worried that she's been targeted. She's very strong. Disappointment. She's disappointed that certain people that were close to the campaign, it looks like, she's lost some people. But she is going to really start drawing the female vote. She's really putting herself out there. Focusing a lot on the female vote. Also, people of color seems to be doing well. I don't see her quitting. She's going to have to really start restricting her campaign and focusing more on women, minorities. I'm concerned about this devil card with the finance card. So it could be that there's a real effort to sabotage her from people in the money sector, because that's a money card. All right, let's look at Bloomberg. What is going on with Bloomberg? Star card. Interesting. In the grave, the businessman comes. He's having trouble getting this campaign off the ground. I think he started too late. He could get some new support. He has a problem with his past. You can see a 2 of Swords there in the 7th house. Conflicts. He could overcome his past. If he takes on Kamala Harris, no, he's not going to make it. Ace of Swords inverted. He's successful in terms of policy, but I don't see him making the presidency. All right, I'm just going to look at Buttigieg now. Trying to do this as fast as possible today because I have another patient in a couple minutes. All right, Buttigieg. Buttigieg is getting a lot of support. He's got the military, some moderate Democrats supporting him, or moderate Republicans and moderate Democrats. He's going to make it. He's potentially going to lose the female vote. There's something going on where he says some things, or something happens where he could potentially put himself in a bad situation. Says something stupid, or it looks like he may say something that's going to harm him. Elizabeth Warren's coming back. He says he shoots himself in the foot. That's something's going to happen where Buttigieg shoots himself in the foot. You can see here trying to get back. A restriction card. Yeah, something's going to come out, or something's going to happen that's really going to harm Buttigieg. Yeah. So Elizabeth Warren has a chance to come back, and particularly in Iowa. I just want to do Trump now to see if he's going to be running. His energy has been really low. I also get dizzy when I go into his energy, which could suggest hypertension. Let's see if Trump is going to be running, how he's going to do in 2020. Now that all his associates are going to jail, or are in jail. I love being a reader. It's fun. Something's going to come out. We could have the eye opening and the King of Cups. Peace offerings, weddings, births. It can be offers, movement. It can also be moving on or movement. Conflicts in the 4th house regarding sacred contracts. Getting out of jail. Feeling cornered. Conflicts that lead to feeling cornered. Trying to have relationships with former allies. 6 of Cups. 6 of Wands. He's trying to reestablish new relationships with people who he broke away from. The Devil card is in his 9th house, and then the final outcome is he will leave the work. This is resignation again. Getting out of jail. Walking away. The 9 of Cups. The hope and the fear. In the grave next to the Devil, and then the final outcome. He walks away from the battle. He gives up the work, which suggests, again, resignation. I think that he needs to resign soon. I would think that he would want to resign by February based on what these cards are suggesting, and that is the right thing to do by the Republican Party as far as the Republican Party is concerned, because if he resigns by February, it gives Mike Pence a fighting chance to build some kind of a campaign in the 2020 elections. That's basically what I see. He could be pressured to resign as his numbers go down so that Pence can run, because if he doesn't resign soon, it will not bode well for Pence if Pence is trying to run in 2020. All right, that was fast and quick, and I had a lot of fun doing it. If you're still trying to get in for a reading, you can go to tarotwithwhimsy.com, and if you're trying to buy gift certificates for your friends for the holidays, we do offer gift certificates. You can just go to tarotwithwhimsy.com, and then when you click on make an appointment, it'll show gift cards, and then you can buy a gift card for your friend, and it's another cool way to celebrate the holidays. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.